Listen up.
This just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
So Tiffany Haddish has made her statement regarding a woman identified as Jane Doe who is suing her and Aries Spears. And that is on behalf of herself and a minor identified as John Doe, her younger brothers. In court documents that were obtained by People, Jane Doe alleged that Tiffany Haddish groomed the plaintiffs, leaving them traumatized for life. The plaintiff says that Tiffany Haddish was a longtime family friend of her mother. And in 2013, when Jane Doe was 14, Haddish took her to the taping of a sexually suggestive Subway commercial that Tiffany Haddish allegedly said would help Jane Doe get on television and would be included in the teenager's film reel. During that taping, Tiffany Haddish allegedly instructed Jane Doe on how to perform inappropriate sex acts after watching a man and woman in a video. Now, Tiffany Haddish has since released a statement in response to these allegations. She posted, "I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. Unfortunately, because there is an ongoing legal case, there's very little that I can say right now. But clearly, while this sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all. And I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about this situation as soon as I can."
That wasn't the Subway sketch, though, right?
It wasn't, but the woman is claiming, the plaintiff is saying that that's what she was told that it would be.
Oh. Okay. Oh, they told her that the sketch with Aries Spears was supposed to be about Subway.
Yeah, something else. And so it's the older sister to the young boy that was in the video also. So she's filing that lawsuit on behalf of both herself and her 15-year-old brother, who was 7 at the time, and she was 14 at the time of the taping.
You know, at some point, every industry that has ever been in the content business, whether it's movies, TV, audio, the music industry, comedy, at some point, we have to collectively have a conversation about old content. Because you have older people who act like they don't remember that, sadly, jokes like this, content like this was pretty much the norm. And then you have younger people who can't believe content like this ever existed, but it did. And at some point, we have to have a convo about it, because if you was creating content in a certain era, which wasn't too long ago, oh my God, this could happen to you.
Right, and according to this this lawsuit, they're saying that Jane and John, they claim that they knew Tiffany Haddish as an auntie thanks to her longtime standing friendship with their mother. And so they claim that they were recruited. So we'll be following this story to see what happens. But right now, Tiffany Haddish says she cannot say too much because it is an ongoing legal case. All right, now Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle are on tour together. You know, y'all can't bring phones in there, so you're not going to see video footage. But according to reports, and according to Deadline, they're saying Chris Rock took the stage first. He dedicated a small portion of his set to talking about Will Smith, where he said, "F your hostage" video in response to that viral YouTube apology video that Will Smith posted. And, he referred to Will Smith as Suge Smith yet again. And then Dave Chappelle, who took to the stage after Chris Rock, talked about putting a mask on and doing an impression of a perfect man for 30 years. He said that that's what Will Smith did. He asked audience members to be themselves, and he said, "I just hope he doesn't put that mask back on." This is all according to Deadline.
Yeah, why do they keep doing this too, man? Stay out of comedy shows, man. Let these comedians cook and
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, let them work out whatever material it is they working on.
It never sounds right when you're just reading what somebody says. They're taking things out of context.
They cover the cameras, and yet we still report it. Like it's
And I see people saying, why do they keep talking about this? Why does Chappelle and Chris Rock keep talking about this? Because they're working out material.
They talk about their lives, and that's part of...
And they're working out material. Every show you go to, they're doing the same jokes, different ways, saying the same things. It's called working it out, people.
All right, now T.I.'s son, King, was arrested. As you guys know, this happened last week, and T.I. is responding to King being arrested. Here's what he had to say.
I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas. He's going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. I've already made my peace with it. Cause I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out. I done already had that conversation with him, man. King's a good kid, chasing after the wrong. I trust in God to deal with it the way that he see fit. You know what I mean? You know, he done got all the whippings, he done got the punishment, he done did it. He done, did everything as a child you could do to him. So now he gonna have to go through it. He gonna have to go through it and get through it.
Yeah, it's funny. Me and my wife had this conversation about the same incident, and she agreed with T.I. But, you know, as a having a son that's 17 years old, I can't just accept that though. I don't know what else I could do if I gotta take your whatever you have, whether it's your money, whether it's your clothes, whether it's whatever, and not allow you to go outside because you're still 17.
T.I. not wrong. T.I. said absolutely nothing wrong. He's not lying. You can pray for them. You can discipline them. You can talk to them. But ultimately, the choices his son is making at this point are up to him. And I'm at that age, my daddy was telling me the same thing. You're going to end up in jail, dead, or broke sitting under the tree if you don't change your lifestyle. Yeah. So once you tell him, what else can you do? He said it. He said, I gave him all the whippings. He's gotten all the discipline. He gave him all the conversations.
But the young man's still 17, though.
And he's about to be 18, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah.
I really hate watching T.I. have to explain that to the internet. A bunch of bots and nothing-ass folks on social media who ain't got no kids trying to tell you what to do with yours.
But you still live under my roof, though.
But now, I can move out. Hey, I'm telling you.
You ain't got no money to move out. How you going to move out?
I'm sure he got a little change. And by the way, do you need money to move out nowadays?
Yes, you're right.
What are you talking about?
Yes, you're right.
Like, T.I., listen, there's nothing T.I. said wrong. And sadly, that's just something that all of us have to understand as parents.
Wrong.
At some point. Some point, we can't control what our kids do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
All right, the People's Choices mix is up next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.